another box is done. This is my next test box that I made. I added another light to the garage, so I'm trying to show what it looks like upside down and backwards in the camera without getting too much glare. So this one has an oak box, an oak bottom trim, another one of the little badges, and it's a box joint box. And the colors end up being really cool in the box joint. And for the lid, it's oak trim and oak top with walnut and mahogany strips on the side. And I don't know if you can see, yeah, you can kind of see this part is book matched for the lid, and you can see the flecks and reflections for that. And then on the sides, it's a set of book matched pieces of walnut trim with the same swoop up over. The walnut and mahogany strips are from some scraps that Steve gave me. The other pieces are from the drawer and such. And then I think this is a piece of, well, it's another piece of something out of one of the dressers that I took apart. But this is another one where you put your fingers and you lift up with the thumbs. You can see on the inside you have the nice reddish stripe and the colors. I really like how the lid came out with the colors. Oops. Yeah, that's really cool, and the whole thing looks really good. So these are the sides that had the wormholes. I put filler in and then stained the outside and left the inside the lighter natural color. But the inside is cool. Yeah, it ended up working really good. The challenge with the lid was making a box joint on little tiny narrow pieces. I found out, and other people may already realize this, but I found out that if you're doing soft versus hard, because walnut and mahogany are softer than oak, do the main larger holes and larger pieces in the softer wood. And here you can see there's a very tiny little sliver of oak along the edge that just comes up over. And so this was hard enough to have that small edge just go in, but the ends worked really nicely. I'm hoping that's coming through. It's hard to, I have the camera backwards to show with two hands because Mike said use the tripod, so we're trying the tripod. But it's a lot harder with it being in, the camera's behind this. Last time I did it with the tripod it was in front. But yeah, I think this works good. And I have one little dot, since I like this as a feature. I have one dot there and a small dot there. And then you line those up and the lid goes on. And this is a very tight fitting lid. This was definitely more of a challenge to do because I had the sides all done first, and because it was, the sides were done first, I had to fit the top and the bottom to the sides versus some of the other boxes where I just cut and then the top was the same size. This was more of a challenge getting it to fit exactly around, and especially doing the box joint. But the joints came out really awesome. No gaps, nice solid. And I had 4 pieces where I had to add the little filler on the sides, and you can't tell where they are. Well, like there's one, and there's one. So some of the spots you can tell, some of them don't, but it looks awesome. And since I'm mostly looking at the box, I really hope I kept it in frame. we'll see. But in any case, that's the next test box. It came out really cool with the colors, and I like it. So there's 3 kinds of wood in the lid. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more or less different colors. I guess there's 5 kinds of wood. Yeah, it ends up being really cool. So